Someone did. They took the Master Grade Astray and painted it into like, Optimus Prime, like I did, where they do the
Yes,
movie version.
I saw that one, and I said,
Makes
"Wow,
me
you
die a little inside.
that's a lot better than that's a I'm surprised that not that many people has taken their Gundam kits and make it like a Transformer character, whether it's
I did
fine.
that.
Yeah, you did that, but you'd be surprised at not many people doing it. All right.
I think Heavy Arms could actually work really well for that because he has the same kind of look, opening chest, put the Matrix in there.
Hmm. Well, for those of you who are listening to our comments, we just started a chat on today on the new special edition of Gunplacast. I haven't done one in a long time. How you doing, Prime 92?
I am adequate. How are you?
Alrighty, it's been a long time that we haven't done a Gunplacast for quite some time. As everyone know, we've all been busy making our cool, unique custom kits. I'm currently working on my diorama that I've been showing off for quite some time. Prime, what have you been up to? I know you've been doing some.
Ga 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 H gar.
Yeah, that one. Not too many people realize we actually watched this series, the entire series plus the final series of GaoGaiGar, and I kind of like those classic robot shows. Obviously, not reference to Gundam, but shows that we all remembered back in the day. For the older folks out there who will listen to this, they probably remembered um, what was it, Gigantor, and or what other series that you can give me a heads up? Well, Voltron is another one, but that's here in the States. But
Robotech, isn't it over here?
Robotech, yes, we forgot about that one. Evangelion, that's more 90s, but GaoGaiGar is a 90s series, correct?
Yeah, 1997.
Yes. And you were telling me something about GaoGaiGar that there was a lot of references to other series that was introduced to it because it was part of what was it a part of? Maybe you can help me out here.
Well, it was made by Takara, and they actually are the Japanese component for Transformers. And a lot of the elements were kind of, taken. That's actually what they did in between not making Transformers from like 89 up to like 99.
Okay.
So they had a Brave series, which is a whole bunch of different series, but GaoGaiGar was the last.
That's the one you were telling me about. I forgot it was the Brave series that you were mentioning before.
Mm.
And I was impressed with how it was for what it is, for what it's worth. I kind of like how the series have evolved into different types of aspects of the robot itself, and choosing those age kits just to make the GaoGaiGar is brilliant.
Well, it seemed good at the time, and then all of a sudden, the Gundam Age FX comes out, and it looks almost like GaoGaiGar, at least to me.
I guess maybe
And I'm like, oh my god, if I had waited, I could have got the chest, I got the shoulders, the head even looks a lot like it, because it has looks like a mouth in there.
so you probably think that maybe one of the Bandai engineers who designed the FX was probably a GaoGaiGar fan.
I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised.
That tends to happen, but
Yeah.
regardless, when you custom build a kit, and for those of you who are listening to this Gunpla cast, our segment here is how is customization of our kits, and we go as far as painting in different colors, and so there are people who are comfortable with painting a a white and red and blue Gundam kit all black or all red or pink or whatever. That's easy.
Metallic.
Yeah, okay, that's easy. But to actually change the look and overall feel of it, that is kind of like the next evolution of us model builders, making it more unique, more personal to us, and to give a better how can I say this, a better inspiration for those out there who want to get into custom building themselves. With your GaoGaiGar figure, you've really found unique parts based off the mobile suit, off the excuse me of the robot, based off the other age kits. And when you showed me the first photograph, which was the one with the chest plate, And this is for the what was it, the Star Gaigar or
GaoGaiGar?
the GaoGaiGar, excuse me. When you showed me the chest plate, that came out perfect, and you did it really good on that one. So with the rest of the kit, you should be able to complete this okay.
Yeah, it's getting close. I see you're making a lot of progress on your diorama, but you got a long way to go.
Well, the diorama is one thing that I I wanted to make for a long time, very long time. Um, I'll tell you this. This goes back, I would say mid '90s, and this was like at a time where I stopped buying Gundam kits and I started to get into like naval ships. I bought a 1/350th scale ship from I think it was called Dragon, and it was the USS Ticonderoga. Now, for those naval people out there, that is a United States cruiser, and it was at 1/350th scale. It was roughly around maybe 20 inches or so, very long, very big. And I had the notion of me making a scenery where it's in the ocean and stuff like that. And I was prepared to buy the materials, but I kind of chickened out at, I guess, like how big it's going to be, where I'm going to put it, and things like that. And at that time, I wasn't prepared for anything like that. Plus, I didn't have the resources of the internet to give me a little bit more guidance than we had now. Back then, there was a magazine here by fine scale
Mhm.
modelers, which give you good resources. But if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't have gone to this point of me making this diorama. Uh,
Same here. I mean, I can't. I mean, you at least have local stores where you can go and buy kits. I really don't. I mean, I guess I could drive to Toronto in like 2 or 3 hours and go, you can go to. I think there's a Chinatown out there and get one. But
I
if it wasn't for
remember.
the internet, I'd have probably 10 kits.
I know, goddamn internet.
You took my money. You took my life.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty excessive hobby, but if you do well with your hobby and make something of it, you can achieve many unique designs and features. Now, many people, everybody remembered me building the custom Type C that I made. Granted, it was like my first introduction in actually making a custom kit. I try to do this on, and don't beat me up on this. I try to customize a little bit of the Kempfer, which I will get to before calendar year 2012 is
You
over.
mean Kshatriya?
Kasatri. Did I say Kempfer? I'm sorry. The
You
Kasatri.
did.
Sorry. Yeah, I haven't finished the Kasatri yet. I still have it under glass, so I'll get to that in a moment, hopefully soon. But working on the Type C was like a cool introduction on how to modify a kit. It's not complete modification; it's more like an up armor look to it. The uh,
Mhm.
the Enigma Zaku that I worked with, now that was a complete. That was like I'd say 30% alteration of the kit itself, and but that
Yeah, I really like how that turned out. That, especially the visor. It gave me more of a Ghost in the Shell sort of look. That visor she wore.
I know the visor that
That's
that
what.
I kind of like the visor how it came out. As everyone saw, I made two visors. One was a little cheapy way, and then I was like looking at it and said, no, that doesn't look right. So I made the other one, and that came out pretty well.
It might look okay at a certain for another kind of mobile suit, but I think what you did was pretty good.
Which one you're referring to? You said,
Like the other visor.
yeah, that one's gonna be put to the
Did you
side.
throw it out?
No, I still got it. I never throw away all the crappy stuff that I make. Just something that if it breaks or really it really is fouled up, I wouldn't even bother to touch it.
Hmm.
But I got that. I still got that on the side. If I decide to do another custom build, it'll definitely be like a kit that I will like maybe scrape off 50% of it and then build it up around there. I mean, I
Maybe
never.
some point we'll be able to actually build one from scratch. Like I've seen people who do that.
That is
Like scratch. That'd be amazing.
that is a nice goal. I'm not 100% confident that I can do a 100% scratch build kit. Um, Clearly, if I do pursue something like that in the future, think about this. Polycaps we have an abundance of from leftovers from high
Yeah.
grade and master grade kits. And if
Mhm.
if we don't have any, there's a lot of aftermarket products of polycaps out there in joints. I know that the company Wave has released many of those out there, and you can find them on eBay and HobbyLink and whatever. So
Mhm.
I don't have a problem finding those. It's the concept of how to build it and where to begin from the ground up.
Mhm.
Basically, if I decided to make one something like that, which I know I'm not going to do, my thought process would be this: I design it to what I think it would be, whether it should be a ground version or more like a space or air version. Then I create the inner frame, building the actual skeleton, detailing the internal skeleton, and then think of how I can put armor on it to give it that feel of a mobile suit. Whether it's a heavily armored, whether it's a high speed, whether it's a all in between mobile suit. These are things that will probably take months, maybe even
You know
years.
what? That actually gave me an idea.
What?
Get an extra real grade and use the inner skeleton and build off of that.
You want me to start off from a real grade, from a 144 scale? I'd rather start from a 1/100 scale.
Well, you could do it that way too. Like take the inner frame, one that's not. You'd have to get obviously one that has an entire inner frame, not one that has like part like the older ones, so a newer kit.
Yeah, but
Probably a wing kit would work pretty well.
I could probably find an
And
old, an older. You know what? Speaking of which, an older kit would probably be better, like the old 1.0 Zaku and Gundam kits from the
yeah, but a lot of
late.
those don't have entire inner frames.
No, they do have inner frames.
Not entirely.
I know that
Some.
hold on, the 1.5 Gundam has an internal frame. I do remember that one. Zaku and Zaku 2 and maybe even Zaku 1 has an internal frame. Yeah, the Master Grades had internal frames back when the Master Grade came
No,
out. It had internal frames.
no, it did, but not usually everywhere. Like it had internal parts, but not. If you took all the armor off, you'd have to have part of that left over in order to actually have the thing together.
You're probably thinking of the wrists.
I'm gonna slap you.
Well, in any case, you could still work with something that's an internal frame from old and build it up from there. Even if it doesn't have to be built up from there, you could still modify it. Hell, you can even fix what's broken or what we think was broken and then make it even better. Why do you think they made
Mm-hmm.
2.0s? It was to fix the old 1.0s.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean you're stuck with a 1.0. You can always fix it up, whether the arm is a little different, it's skinnier or fatter, you can shave it off, you can modify it. The whole purpose of this is to modify a kit even to a point where it's different from what it was originally. With all these new photographs that we're seeing right now of new modifications, of making a kit completely different from the norm, is more exciting than seeing it normally. One perfect example, and I think we're on. Hang on a second. I'm going to that page right now. It's on. Okay. No, that's not it. I'm sorry. Work in progress, guys. Work in progress. Oh, it was actually on Gundam Guy, and we just mentioned this a few moments ago. My apologies on that. Somebody took the what was it? The old Gundam, and they modified it a little bit to make it the unicorn version of it. And I'm trying to remember at what page we saw this. We just mentioned this a few moments ago.
Did we?
Yeah,
Where was I?
in a faraway land. Talking
Uh,
about webbits.
it was better there. I liked it there. Are you sure it was the old Gundam?
You know what? I could be biting my own tongue in a minute, but I'll let you know in a second.
Because there was a modified version of the unicorn.
I think that's what you were mentioning, and I wasn't. You know what? I'm biting my own tongue and eating my own shoe. So give me a second.
Tastes like chicken. Well, anyways, let's.
Oh,
How
here we go.
about
Here we go.
the different conversions with the Artemis parts that people have been doing?
Yes.
I'm looking at one here. It's the G Bouncer with the Artemis parts. It's a nice soft blue with a white color scheme. It looks like I think it's the one version of the GN Sniper.
Yeah, I do remember that.
GM Sniper. I think so. It's that color scheme. But it looks really good.
By the way, did you
Seen
order your Artemis parts yet?
Oh yeah, it's coming with other stuff.
I know.
19-pound box.
Eesh, Jesus. Where are you gonna put that?
Well, I'm gonna get a dividing driver and open up the space. It'll be fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, please understand that Prime 92 has a lot of room in her room, and I don't. And I wish I can have all the
Think
stuff.
that, wouldn't you? But it's kind of deteriorating.
I can't wait until I see your something special, and then your entire room explodes with kits falling out of the roof and everything else.
I just die under boxes.
Then you'll be in like. Then you're gonna be on a side story on Anime News Network. A girl dies out of suffocation of 1,000 Gundam kits falling on top of her.
Hey, it'd be different.
It won't be like the guy who.
People will remember me.
But the Artemis parts, I have to admit, is a unique idea. I'm surprised that Dengeki Hobbies didn't put up other items out there. Yeah, I know it's kind of a special edition, and not everybody's going to shell out like what, $15 for a magazine. They'd rather spend like 20. I mean, excuse me, 10. But you have to excuse me. My price conversion could be wrong. But the Artemis parts is an amazing looking design, especially for whatever you use, whether it's the H1, the H2. I haven't seen it on the H3. Was there a picture for H3?
They showed. I think it can work with the arms. I don't think it's so well with the legs because I think just the design of the H3. I don't know.
Well, I'm definitely going to test this out on the H3.
But like I said before to you, I'd like to kind of put it on the Harut because it was supposed to have the boosters and the legs in the movie, which the model never had.
The Harut?
The Harut. Remember in the end of the movie,
it
had leg boosters?
Yeah, I remember that.
And if they actually continued those movie kits, we might have got it, but I don't know what happened. Still sticking Cerebi too.
Everybody still has a bad taste in their mouth when they watch The Flower out of nowhere. It's a good movie until the very end.
Well, no, yeah, until the very end when we got, like, what, 2 minutes of Quanta?
I know. That's why I refuse to buy a master grade Quanta. I don't care if anybody. I don't care if somebody.
I like the mobile suit. I like it.
No, I know you like it. You like anything that's mobile suity. But for me, I'm not.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I do not like the no grade 1/100 double riser. That thing's garbage.
Well, hold on. You would like it if it was a master grade, not an O grade.
I do. I like the master grade.
Right. But I'm saying I'm not. I don't care if somebody handed to me the 00 Quanta and says, "Here, this is for you." I would say, "No, thank you." It's one of those kits.
Can I have it?
I'll be over in a minute. Anyway, yeah, I will never get into that kit. I don't know why. I mean, I built the high grade kit, and that's enough for me. But I would never get the 00 Quanta. Hell, I wouldn't even get the 00 Quanta if Bandai was crazy enough to make it as a perfect grade.
I think we've already talked about that because it'd be a very easy thing to do. But
please don't say that. Just don't say it.
Well, it would be because it's basically the 00 riser with different armor.
I'd rather have the 00 riser as a. Oh, excuse me. There is a perfect.
Go get it then.
Yeah, but okay.
Say a little $300. Go for it.
Another thing, of course, that staying along the line with the conversion parts and extra parts, the Razor kit, the Razor parts is going to be coming out in the next issue of Hobby Link. I'm sorry, not Hobby Link, Hobby Japan. What's his face? Hobby Link Japan refers to it as the laser parts.
The laser. It's like the complete opposite.
Somebody should let them know that it's not laser, it's Razor.
Oh man. And you know what? I'm going to probably put those parts onto, right?
Of course. On the 00 Quanta. Anyway.
You're dead to me.
I know. And yet, we still talk. Master... Now... even though they're releasing all these cool parts, I'm surprised they haven't released it in 1/100 scale. With so many 1/100 scale kits out there, they should be releasing, parts to update current 1/100 scale kits.
Oh my god, that is the best idea ever. Okay, now, you know about that Saint Seiya model that I got?
Uh-oh. Okay.
Now, I was doing some research on it, and I've seen reviews, and they have the official ones, the actual figures, the high-end stuff is like $70
Okay.
die-cast pieces. I think it's Bandai. I think they do that too. But there's older versions, okay, that are like when they first came out, and now if you look at the newer ones, the old ones look like crap,
Okay.
sort of thing. Like they look outdated, like our old models.
Well,
And
they're old, yeah.
they actually update it with appendix parts. So you pay like $50 or so for the actual figure, and then later on they give you an appendix part you can buy for about 15 to 20, which gives you like new head sculpt, new armor pieces to make it look more anime accurate, new maybe hands and stuff, to make it look better compared to that. That would be awesome if they did that with Gunpla. Give you like a new head or new armor pieces that you can put on your master raid to make it look better and more like the actual the newer ones, like maybe newer hands or
You
something.
know what? I don't want to be a killjoy, but now I have to correct myself. They do make that. It's called resin parts.
Yeah, okay, how about reasonably priced parts?
They would probably do that, but then they'll piss off the companies that make the resin parts, and then you can't please everybody.
But God, I just resin leaves a bad taste in my mouth just because of how brittle it can be.
Well, not that many people. I mean,
How
resin.
expensive too.
I've been asked many times, why don't I make a resin kit? And I agree. Resin is a different type of animal for me to work with. Mainly because it doesn't appeal to me. I understand its importance. I've seen resin kits when I was at the MosquitoCon show. There was a guy who had a table full of resin aircraft from various scale, even science fiction resin kits. Like I think I even saw a 1/350th scale resin kit of the Space Cruiser Yamato. I saw that for like close to like $900. I was like, are you kidding me? I'd rather spend the $400 on the plastic kit. But it is something that it's something that I'm probably not going to get into. Even if I get old, I'm never going to get into that type of kits. Yet then again, I always every now and then I'll see somebody getting rid of a resin kit on eBay, and it's a ridiculously low price. But I'll never get into it because it's not my style. I do appreciate those who really work on that, like the G systems, like those 1/60th, 1/72nd, up to 1/48 scale G system kits. Those have like ridiculous detail that you want to put on a current 1/144 scale or 1/100 scale kit. But that will probably consume at least a good 5 or 6 months of your time. And that's probably something that I would like to do, like really excessively put a massive amount of detail on a master grade kit. My plan with the diorama is once I'm done with this, I like to work on another major project, but I just don't know which one to choose yet, and I'll flesh it out as the months pass. But
make a really high detailed, super deformed.
Yeah, right.
With LEDs.
And a kickstand.
And a big lock. Remote control.
Oh, remote control. I'm gonna buy a. I was actually thinking of getting a master grade ball, and I never bought it. And I was impressed with many people's work on that. I think it was like a couple of years ago somebody made a char version of the ball, which was really nice, and they won the Gunpla World Cup thingy. But it wasn't last year. It wasn't the year before. I think it was 3 years ago.
Well, so that recently somebody did a Banshee ball.
Oh yeah, that one. That was really nice. The Banshee ball.
Banshee ball.
Going back to more custom builds, I think at this point in time, I don't know if you guys been seeing the stuff from I think it was from China at the show over there. They were showing off some many custom builds of those kits. Gunjap has been showing off a few photographs. I kind of like Gunjap's pictures better than Gundam Guy because Gundam Guy makes his pictures very small and very limited. But it's good to see that. Did you see all these new effect builder parts that's been released right now?
No.
You know the builder parts for the effects, the verniers, the hands.
No, I have not. Why don't you educate me?
I'll show you right now. It's the effect parts that they talked about in the last model show about a few months ago. I actually ordered the builder's parts 144 scale verniers, which is like it's 4 sets of 4 verniers of different types. Gunjab is showing that off. Gunjab showed it off. Gundam Guy showed it off before. And they're showing off some other effect parts like the MS effect parts, which is basically like a beam saber effect or a thruster effect or a something that you can actually put on your kit.
Yeah, and on the beam rifle, which kind of looks like a flamethrower effect, but I know what they're going for.
Yeah, I saw that one too. I kind of like the fact that you can either get it clear, but there's also pink ones, and I don't know if this is pink ones that has been painted pink.
Yeah.
Or somebody just painted it. Now, if it was clear, that's cool because in that way you can actually color it to whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the thrusters because the thrusters you can do 2 different types of color tone because it's not one thruster. It's actually, it's not one piece of a thruster. It's 3 pieces. You have the connection that goes onto the actual backpack. You have the actual thruster, the outside thruster, and you have an inside thruster that gives it a unique nozzle look to it. And then you have that ability to paint the inside and then put it in there so you don't have to screw it up. Usually when those of us like to paint 2 different color tones inside a thruster, it's very difficult to do that. And another effect parts that's been showing off is the hands for both the Federation and the Xeon in 100 scale. And I don't see any 144 scale, but the hands are very nicely detailed. There's a picture of a Nemo holding on to his rifle, and there's a Zaku 1 sniper holding on to its sniper rifle.
Yep. And doing a funky pose.
I know.
Yeah, and
a lot.
Where did you show me that one picture, that custom of the, what was it, the SD RX-78 and Zaku in pink and white bows and lace, and the RX-78 had eyelashes.
It goes to show that there are more female model builders out there, and I'm glad they're making it, unique to their own style.
I don't know about you, but I will never have a bow. I will never have lace, and no model kit will ever have eyelashes. So help me.
Well. Oh, really? Somebody took my idea and they made the heavy weapons type sniper. Okay. On Gunjab, there's a picture of the Zaku 2 heavy weapons type with sniper rifle. Really good detail to 1/100 scale. But they took the 2 missile canisters that were on the legs.
Oh, I did. I saw that. Yeah.
Put it on the right side of the shoulder, kind of like what I did with my Enigma.
Yeah, I know. I thought of that as soon as I saw it.
Those bastards, they beat me to it.
They read your book?
And he did it very well. Jesus Christ, look at that. All right, now I just don't understand the shoulder shield on the right-hand side. The left-hand side, of course, it has the missiles. What the hell is that on the right-hand side?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. It kind of looks like a gurney or something. Maybe it's to just attach. Maybe it's attached to other things.
But I don't know. But hold on, the back. I'm looking at the back side of it, and it has tank treads on one side. That's odd.
Maybe it's a mobile bed.
Hmm.
You can attach, like, put down and send things off. I don't know.
Mobile suit that needs a cot. Great.
Yeah. Well, you gotta lay down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, self-transports itself.
Even
Why not?
mobile suits get tired.
Oh, yeah.
The Strike White Z Gundam. Now that's an interesting design. That's actually pretty nice.
It's all good stuff.
They really do like to customize that high new that what do you call that? High new Gundam?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot of customizations. That one that's like red and white. That was and then there was the heavy weapons one. There's a lot of different.
All right. And I think the last thing we'll comment here is the custom build of a high new bazooka at 1/48 scale. You might as well make that as a real gun because that thing is huge.
This is not.
I know, that is amazing. Again,
Man holds up bank with handmade gun.
yeah, I can see the story
Like,
on that.
yeah. Paint the cap orange so people would never suspect. It's not real. It's a toy.
Well, that's pretty much it on our Gunplacast. Just noticing how amazing work many people do and work on with their custom kits and custom designs. In the next few months, we'll be seeing some custom designs at the New York Comic Con show. That's going to be held at the Jacob Javits Center. So I'll definitely, of course, be there with my kit, along with I'm definitely going to be bringing Dark Titus as soon as I get the decals from Samuel Decals, and I will enter it in the Bandai's Model Kit World Cup if I have enough time. And I could try to find the time. I'm going to see if I can enter a third kit. Even though I'm entering 6 kits for my Diorama and Dark Titus, I will try to see if I can enter a third kit, just to keep it 3. But I haven't thought of what to build yet. That's something I'll look into in the next few months. What have you been up to lately now, Prime?
Mostly trying to finish my GaoGaiGar and working on the metallic Sazabear.
Really?
Couple few hiccups here and there, but it's almost done.
Well, I empower you to make it even better.
Things are breaking for no reason.
Well, that's why God invented glue.
No, that's why God invented gunplate. Gunplate? Flopplate.
Flopplate.
Gunplates.
Styrene plastic.
Yes.
All right. With that being said, thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come. You guys take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.